So I want you to challenge yourself in 2025. And I brought this on here because so many people are afraid of snakes. And for me, I know that was one of my biggest fears of life was snakes. When I met my husband 13 years ago, he had 2 snakes. And he would keep them, away from me, but I wouldn't go anywhere near them. The glass aquarium that they were in, I wouldn't look at them. I wouldn't walk by it. I was just absolutely terrified. So fast forward 13 years later and 16 snakes now. This is what I'm doing. And she's kind of wrapped around my hand, but this is Coco. I don't know if you can see her face, but there she is. So anyway, the more I expose myself to snakes, his snakes, the more comfortable I became. And I'm not saying go out there and get yourself comfortable with snakes, but I'm just saying to challenge yourself with something that scares you. So if you want to start a business and you're afraid to put yourself out there, challenge yourself. Just start exposing yourself to things that are business related. Just start doing some research. Just kind of ease your way into it. Consider, posting it on your vision board, things that are going to align with the direction you want to go to do that thing that scares you. Whatever it is, I want you to just kind of let go of the thought that it's impossible to overcome the fear. And that's what I did. Like I had to first get to the point to where I overcame the thought of the fear and allowing myself to think, is this even possible? Is this even something I really care to do? I didn't really care to be a snake lover. It's just that it was a part of my husband's life and I knew they weren't going anywhere. So I decided to open up my mind to the thought of, maybe I should start exposing myself so that I can eventually overcome this fear. So it started with a touch and then a little pet. And then just allowing him to hold her in the room, hold his snakes in the room, not her at the time, because we've had her maybe about 4 years. And she was like, I could literally hold her in the palm of my hand when we got her, but I can't do that anymore. But I eased my way into getting comfortable with who she was and what she was, and it became easier. And so the same with deciding that I was going to start a business. I just started asking questions and, started getting comfortable with the idea of I could actually own a business one day. Then I, just put myself in a position to be able to do things that were business related. And the idea of eventually leaving my job to be able to start my own business, I just started getting comfortable with the thoughts. I started thinking about, well, what would it look like? What would my day look like? What kind of money could I potentially make? I just started doing little things that got me closer to the thought of putting myself out there to start my own business, because that was scary at the time. Like deciding to quit a comfortable job that paid me regularly, that, I knew I'd get paid. I had benefits, health benefits, and, benefits for my entire family, to walking away to something where I didn't really have any type of security. So it was scary, but I had to work my way into it and just, okay, I'm getting more comfortable with the idea, until one day I was just like, I'm done. I quit. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to go ahead and open up my business. I'm going to open up my private practice. Like, I've quit jobs before, but to actually go into being a business owner and running my therapy practice, that was kind of like, oh, what if it fails? And, there was all these questions that come up. And, like I said, just gradually doing the research to get closer to the idea of feeling more comfortable with, I'm about to start a business. It was kind of the same way with the snake, so the analogy is what I'm trying to say is just ease your way into the idea, ease your way into just little pieces of things that can make you feel comfortable in whatever it is. And I just use, the business, opening up a business, because for a lot of people, that's a scary thought. Leaving the comfort of a 9-to-5 to go out and be an entrepreneur, or to become a business owner and start something on your own. That's a scary thought for a lot of people. Just like holding a snake. And again, I'm not advocating for anybody go get snakes or go overcome their fear of snakes, because it took me a long time to get to the point of being able to hold her. And she's the only one I'll hold. We have 16 of them. And she's the only one that I'll hold because I've known her since she was a baby, and she has smiley faces. I wish I could, I don't know, well, it's kind of hard to see, but this is the upside down portion of it. Maybe you can see it that way. She kind of looks like she's frowning now. I think the bigger she's gotten, it's turned more into a misery look. But it was actually a smiley face from the very beginning. But she's like the prettiest snake ever. And, so like I said, I'm just very comfortable with her now because I allowed myself to ease my way into it. So what are you challenging yourself to do in 2025? What is that thing that you want to overcome, that fear that you want to overcome? And I don't know if it's just, like I said, just maybe starting a new relationship or meeting new people, putting yourself out there to meet new people. Like I said, starting a business. I mean, there's so many different things that scare people, and it could just be something small. I don't know what it is for you, but I want you to think about that. Think about what it is what that thing is that scares you, and challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to ease your way into letting go of that fear. I also have a fear of going in the mountains. So that's another fear. I'm not sure if I'm going to work on that in 2025 or not, but driving through the mountains terrifies me. But when we went to Greece, it wasn't necessarily a mountain, but it was a cliff, and that scares me just as bad because that's what scares me about the mountains. It's not necessarily the mountains, it's the cliffs on the side of the mountain. So I did actually challenge myself and did that in a big bus when we went to Santorini. So that was a little scary. Haven't done the mountain thing yet, and but that was a push for me. That was a push for me to get in that bus and to go up that winding road in Santorini, Greece. So I've been challenging myself, and I'm just challenging you now to challenge yourself going into 2025. Maybe you want to overcome your fear of snakes. Maybe that's going to be it for you, but maybe not. Whatever it is, I challenge you also to subscribe to my channel. I don't just talk about snakes. It can be a challenge, like I said, to overcome a fear. And I'm thankful that I overcame this fear. And I'm just moving her around. Hope I'm not getting her dizzy. But she's a ball python. And all they do is like to kind of get in a ball. And I guess, she'll give my hand back here in a minute. But this is her. This is Coco. If you have any questions, hey, I'll see what I can do to answer if you have questions about snakes. And if this is just not your thing, it's just not your thing, and I totally get it. But go watch my other videos because, like I said, they're not about snakes, but the message behind it is manifesting the life that you want in 2025. And to do that, you have to overcome your fears. Challenge yourself, push yourself, and overcome your fears. Maybe you'll get a snake one day. All right, so subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, and say hey to Coco. Leave me some comments on your thoughts and tell me what you're going to challenge yourself to do in 2025 because I really want to know. I'm Joanna M. Cameron, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now. Bye.